Experience is a good teacher, but it should not take men after men after men after men after men relieving themselves inside of a woman for her to understand she needs to set her standards higher than what she's setting them and stop marking herself down on a clearance rack. This little girl here, she gives me little girl naive vibes. So she have made all these videos. This is what she likes to do. She want to go off, she'll post videos, act like she didn't change for 12 days, then come back and do another video. And then tell people how much she has changed. But what she wants from this, she wants everybody to hate Rican and Latoya and be on her side because of how he did her. Ma'am, if you would have done your research like I do, if you would have done your homework like I do, then you wouldn't have to have another woman on the phone telling you what you need to know. The signs were there. To me, it sounded like he didn't even like you. He bringing you your stuff in trash bags. You pretending like you leaving, going to the store, and he ain't running behind the car like they do in the movies. So you start blowing up his phone, and he didn't give a damn about you. But when you found out you was happy, when you found out you was pregnant, you was just so, baby, you thought this was the world. Like, this is how it go. Ma'am, you know what? Us black women, we have got to stop having all of these babies without the intent of having a family. This just, we have to stop having all of these babies. Having a baby from a man don't mean a hill of beans. It don't mean nothing. Get it out your mind that he's gonna want you, that he's gonna marry you. Most of the times when you are not married and you're having these babies from these men, they really run further and further away from you. Then they go and look for somebody who don't have kids. We are really messing up our community. And it's very so much true what they say. We need both parents in the home. Both parents. Children need both parents. Because having one parent and not having the other, it's so easy to have trauma from this. Or growing up in these single parent homes, you're not able to look after your child 24/7 because you're having to work. Therefore, children, they grow up with trauma. Trauma leads to mental illness. And look at our community now. Look at it. It's not worth anything. People don't take us serious. So everything she thinks she's doing on this video to make him look bad is still your fault. You're the only person that's in control of your vagina, your mind. Can't nobody make you do what you don't want to do. What she needs to do, stop opening up your legs. Start there. Start there. You need to be around women, married women. You really need that. Because you need to see how these women, how they live, how they respond to their mates. How did they get where they are? Look at their family dynamic. Girl, you should not want to keep having all these children. Then you get up on here and do all these videos. I'm finna, I'm finna call him out and finna tell his business. You are so naive. So naive. Like she really doing something. Men are gonna be men. And men know when they have something special, and they know when to not let a woman walk away who is special. Okay? That man didn't give a damn about you. You just jumped in his bed because you knew he had a little beamer, because he had his own house, have a bank account. So you looking at all the stuff that ain't gonna mean nothing. It ain't gonna do nothing for you. Have your own shit so you don't have to be caught up into all this crazy material stuff. You get so blinded by it. Have your own shit. I would never allow a man to control me with anything he has, okay? I look at all these men the same. I don't care if you sing in the choir every Sunday. Men will fuck anything with the pulse, as we can see. Now she want to be up on here, and she want to make it look like it's his fault that he's doing what men do. No, ma'am. That's not how it go. And as long as you're going to keep doing this and keep trying to point to other people instead of getting yourself together and your children, we'll be here for the next one, the next video with the next nigga. Ain't she supposed to be a cop? You would think all of the tests that they give these cops, psychological testing and all that, you would think she would be top notch with her critical thinking skills and just basic common sense. I mean, what was it where you just jumped in his bed so fast, got pregnant, no protection, but here she is, she on a three-way with the ex and her friend, trying to tell her that she had sex with him a few days before she was at the house. And then she had sex with him. So y'all just mixing all y'all little fluids together, honey. You need to do your homework. That is not for him to do. It is not his fault that he did not wear protection and that he was going from you to another one and probably to 2 and 3 more. You have to think for yourself. You need to think long term for your child and your children, however many children you got. You can't afford to be laid up in no hospital sick because you didn't use your brain. Men are going to be men, okay? There's nothing you can do about that. You have to be sharp with your thinking skills, basic common sense. These men will tell you whatever sounds good. And for you to believe it, it shouldn't have taken having another baby, not married, just life is just a mess for you. We have all been there, but you should always learn from the last one. What could you do different? What did you do wrong? This is nobody else's fault but your own fault. You are in control of you. Can't nobody make you spread your legs and do everything that you did. Just because you having sex, that ain't gonna keep nobody, honey. Okay. Y'all need to see the post I made. I'm gonna put that post up here. And that post said, there's nobody nicer than a guy before you have sex with him. And that is so true. Once you give it up, what else do you have for him? Like, you done already gave it up, so what else does he have to look for? You should always strive to not let that be the last option to sleep with a man. Let that be your last option. Act like every man you meet is infected with HIV, okay? Until you do your research. Because if you don't, this could have ended even more tragic for you. You know, having a baby is a beautiful thing, but it's not so beautiful when you're doing it by yourself and you're looking online, you going over there on their channel, seeing what they doing, and you think because they're posting their new house, they're teasing you. Stop going over there. He did not want you. It was nothing in you that he saw where he wanted to give you a ring, where he wanted to buy you a house. Yet, but here you are up on here bragging that you make him breakfast every morning. Stop doing shit like that. You're not a wife. Stop pretending and playing house. Stop doing that. Because you're going to always get the short end of the stick. Let Latoya deal with that. It's something he saw in her. Self-esteem may be one of it. You know, one of the things he saw. Because if you on here, you looking for everybody to help you and you want everybody to be mad because he done did this and did that. Men are going to be men. Men are not going to change. They will fuck anything with a pulse. I will say that to the day I die. Okay? So, she needs to stop giving up her body, because you lose a piece of you with every man that you have let relieve themselves inside of you. It's time for you to wake up, girl. You say you 28, about to be 29. You need to get it together. You have children. These children are watching you. They sponging in everything you do. Thank God you ain't have no daughters. Now, when she got with Uncle Crier, I looked, and all I could do was shake my head. Because Uncle Crier is too advanced for you. Okay? He done already lived his life and had experiences that you haven't had before. So all I could see is this little girl running behind this man that is too old for her. You know, she has to grow up. She needs to mature a little more. She's having all these babies. And now she's mad at Rican because they did videos. His channel got, it increased. But it's the same thing you did to Uncle Crier. You got up on here, you record everything he said, try to make him look like he was beating on you. And, you was telling all his business, girl. And then you started talking about his son, the Prince family business, okay? What did that help do for your channel? Increase it, right? So you can't be mad, honey, for the same karma. Okay? You can't be mad. I don't know if her mother talks to her, have these little women talks that, a woman should have with their daughter. But baby, you are out here, you're making yourself look really bad, okay? You need to get it together. And you definitely need to be on birth control if you're going to be out here and you're going to be with all these men, testing them out, having babies, nobody's planning to get married, y'all not even talking about a future together, you're just giving it up right away so fast, so easy. Ma'am, they're not going to want to wife you. This is what you need to do. It's time for you to make you some friends, mature friends, married women, so that you can hang around these married women and watch how they carry themselves. Let them tell you how they were able to get that ring, okay? Because having all these babies, this is not it. Our community, our people, my God, if you already struggling, and you depending on these men, Then you get all upset. You live your life all bitter and all mad. And then you can't even have a decent conversation with the father because you so mad it didn't work out between y'all because you gave it up too soon. Now he with somebody else and she got kids and you mad because he over there with her kids and not picking up your kids and all that shit. It's time to graduate from that because this is all I have seen with our people. This shit is getting crazy. It is time to start putting and planting these seeds, having these, think about your children, how you want them to grow up in broken homes, broken family homes. You know, I ain't saying that ain't nobody gonna be successful because we have a lot of successful people out here that grew up in a single family home, but it is not that easy. What comes with that is stress. You get so stressed out having to do it all. The father is living their lives. Yes, some of them may help, but they're not getting the full shift of what you are having to do, being the full custodian parent. You know, I can see what Kevin Samuels was trying to put out. You have to look past all that loud nonsense that he was talking as far as how he said it, because there was still a message that you could have got out of that and apply it. Because here you are, I'm listening at a man, a black man at that, talk about black women and what he sees. This is through his lens. You know, we may think we know, but we don't really know how these men operate. But there was a message with the bullshit that he put out. I had no respect how he said it, because honesty without compassion leads to brutality. He could have said it in a way where it was not disrespectful to black women. But I try to pull a message out of everything, okay? Look past all the BS and just listen to what he's saying. And some of the stuff he was saying, he's right. He was right. However, how he said it is where he lost a lot of people. But for us women, we are emotional beings. We are emotional thinkers. Men are more logical thinkers. You know, we think with our emotions, our heart. So, of course, we're going to be pissed off, especially how he's saying it. He could have gave it, a different, he didn't have to be disrespectful with it. But there was a message.